everybody, what's going on? This is Brad with No Stocks. Today is March 16, 2025, 9:54 p.m. Okay, we're gonna jump right into everything here after just a few words. First off, I am not a financial advisor. Do not misconstrue this as financial advice. I'm just doing like my own little educational thing here for me, myself, and I only. To track what I got going on. If you guys want to follow my market trends, predictions, and stuff like that, feel free to. But do understand you are entering and exiting markets and, taking that information at your own risk, okay? I am not a licensed financial advisor, and, do not try to make me out to be a licensed financial advisor, okay? Once again, this is only for educational purposes. The market will swallow you alive if it gets the chance to. I believe the statistics are something like only 1 to 10% of, it might even be 5% of people who actually enter, trades are actually profitable. Okay. I have lost on trades. I've won on trades. I am a profitable trader. I do know what I'm doing in that aspect. Okay. And also do not believe everything you see on the internet. You will see some of these guys on here flexing like they actually know what's going on YouTube, Google, all that. You got to be careful of these markets, okay? In this space, all right, the financial sector, all right. People will take advantage of you. Be careful when you're purchasing ebooks and courses and all that. I'm giving you what information I have for free. Take with that what you will. I've been on the downside in life. I've been on the upside in life. I've seen the struggle, where you're struggling and you don't know what you're going to eat the next day, all the way to bologna sandwiches, all the way to steak dinners, right? I've sat at a table with the poorest of poor. I've sat at the table with some of the rich folks, right? All I'm trying to get at is, be diligent, especially whenever you're looking into stuff like this, okay? Do your own research, because that is the number one biggest thing out of all this. Everything I've learned here, I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, kind of guiding me through this, allowing me to, educate myself in all this. Big special shout out to him first. I had a guy the other day ask me, he said, "Hey, Brad, how do you do all this?" Okay, one of my best friends sat down, broke it down for him. One of the things I told him, was like, hey, don't get swallowed alive. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose, okay? I told him, I said, basically what you need to do is take this information I'm giving you, look at the markets every day, okay? Say, okay, if I were to purchase this option at $2, and the price went, at 9:45 a.m. I purchased the option at $2. At 10:15, it went down to $1.25. But at 11 a.m., I see that it's up at $3. What would I have done? Would I have panic sold? And you can't really get into that stuff until you can always say you'll do this, but until your money's actually on the line and your emotions are actually involved in the trade, it's not the same, right? You see that thing go down a couple of $100, go up a couple $100, how you gonna react, right? But that's a good way to to look at things, to kind of see if your technical analysis was correct, was true, was accurate. What's your percentage? Keep up with those numbers at the end of the week. You also got paper trading accounts out there that allow you to do that with fake money, okay? What I'll tell you right now is everything I do on this channel is with real money. If you do see me making any trades, but that's also like a psychological thing, right? The emotions of a trader. They got plenty of books out there on it, all that good stuff. What I'm going to tell you first and foremost is do not do any of this if your house is not in order. What do I mean? Okay, well, Brad, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is you got to make sure your mortgage is taken care of, your rent's taken care of, your electric bill's taken care of, car note, all that stuff, right? You can't be out here worried and thinking you gonna get, success overnight whenever you got to worry about all these other things. Okay, you're only going to invest what you can afford to lose. Okay, if that $500 you're gonna put up to do all this, if it's that important to you, and it's gonna be the difference between dinner or clothes, make the right choice, right? Excuse me, because you will probably lose this. Like I said, 1 to 10% are actually profitable. I'm rambling now. Excuse me, I'm rambling now. Let's get moving on. Okay, I ain't got all night. It's already 10 o'clock. I want to go over kind of getting you guys set up, and then I kind of want to come back into the futures, and then S&P 500, kind of what the outlook is for the week. I've got a couple of filters I need to turn on, and they are already on. All right. First thing, I like to trade ETFs, options, and futures. Okay, that's the 3 things that I like to trade: ETFs, options, and futures. If you do not know what those things are, we're going to kind of touch base on it a little bit. I can do my best maybe to put out a individual video explaining more in depth on each one of those things are. This is more of a how do you jump right in and start, trading, right? Because that's the question I'm getting here. The feedback I'm receiving is, who do you go to get, how do you get all this set up? What is all this I'm looking at, right? How do you do all this, okay? So I'm going to pull this down, and this right here. All right. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to go back a screen. Right here. This is Robinhood.com. You can see it right here. Robinhood.com. I'm not sponsored by these people. I don't care what you think about these people. You can go to Webull, you can go to Charles Schwab, you can go to a couple of different, other brokers. That's just to name a couple. I use Robinhood. I personally actually like that, their user interface. Okay, some people don't like it. I don't care. This is what I use. All right. So this right here, SPY. All right. It tracks the S&P 500. Okay. It's ETF, right? You'll see that the, right here, the listed name SPY is SPDR, S&P 500 ETF Trust. SPY tracks a market cap weighted index of U.S. large and mid cap stocks selected by the S&P committee. All right. Tracks the S&P, right? So what I like to do is trade options. So what you're going to do, if you want to use Robinhood, Webull, Charles Schwab, whoever, I don't care. Go set up an account. Go to that website. Set up an account. Robinhood.com, Webull.com, CharlesSchwab.com. Go set up an account. Type in SPY. See about trading options. Okay? Trade options. All right? You got buys and you got sells. You got calls and you got puts. You got dates right here. All right. Gonna make it all make sense. All right. Well, for the most part, I don't sell calls and I don't sell puts. Okay. I buy calls or I buy puts. All right. I'm gonna show you why. Let's see. Let's grab this right here. Let's turn this filter off. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. I made some trades Friday that I haven't cleared yet. Because I do what they call a cash account. I don't do a margin account. Do your own research, figure out if that, which is good versus which is bad. Okay. I like cash account because I don't want to be trading on margin. The only thing there with cash account is it settles next day, right? So any trades made on Friday will clear Monday. Trades made on Monday clear Tuesday, the morning, right? So you're ready to trade the morning. So like sometime, I think around like 1 a.m., tonight it'll open up my buying power all the way back up. All right, so we're looking at this call option, right? Buy, call, right? And then this right here, date, very, 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 very important, okay? March 16th, 2025, okay? That's today's date down here in the lower right. This contract expires March 17th. It is a one-day contract, okay? So tomorrow, this will be a 0 DTE, day to expire contract, right? You have puts, same thing, right? Date, right? When does the contract expire, right? What are these? Go back over here. What are these, right? Each one of these is a contract. So you can buy, and we're just kind of doing this just to kind of give you guys an idea, right? And I'm going to kind of just tell you what I do, right? And how I make money on it, all right? Is I look at the news in the morning, okay? And I say, what way is the market going to go, okay? And we're going to get into that a little bit more here in just a little bit, right? One of the ways I determine that is either by the news. I look at the futures, okay? Because the futures trade from Sunday at 6 p.m. is when they open until Monday at 4 p.m. Then they reopen Monday at 6 p.m. until Tuesday at 4 p.m. and that process repeats Sunday through Friday. Okay? So, I look at the price of that and I can kind of tell you where the S&P is going to open. I've done this for a while. I just have a niche for it, right? All right. So this right here, S&P buy call 561, share price is $560.10 right this moment, right here. That's how much one share of SPY costs right now. This right here represents the price of the contract. This is times 100. So you see right here, to purchase this would cost us $319.04. You see 3.19 times 100. Then you got 4 pennies for fees. Okay? So, what does this mean? This means that we think the SPY price will go up to $561, right? Maybe even higher, okay? Our break-even price means, if you look right here, this green and red chart right here, all right? You see break-even. So if the price of SPY goes to $564.18, this would be break-even, okay? You wouldn't win anything, you wouldn't lose anything. But when we take it over, you see in the green, $50, $61, $90, etc., 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 all the way 567. You guys see this down here in the lower right, okay? If you can't see it, don't know what to tell you. All right? And the reason I buy calls and buy puts is because the maximum amount that I can lose on this contract is $319. Now, I personally do not allow these contracts to expire. Okay? What I do is I'll come in here if and I'm not saying it's going to be, because I haven't looked at the chart yet. I have no idea what it looks like right now. I usually don't look at the charts until about this time Sunday night, right? Whenever I got some cool down time after the family, you know, all that good stuff, right? Some me time, right? So what I do to make money off of options, okay, is, and I made a nice little lick last week. I'll just say that, okay? I come in here, I look at some of these options, and this option, right? These are anything below this red line is what's considered in the money, right? Or at the money, right? Because it's all, and you're going to notice that these are already higher priced than what these are, okay? You can see the details on this, right? The Greeks, these all mean something, all right? You need to do your own research to learn what these things are. At some point, I will do a more in-depth video on what options are, but this is just kind of my, basic intro here. All right, what do you do to make money off this, Brad? Well, like I told you guys, I buy a call, I buy a put on SPY or XSP, 0 days to expire. I come over here, I look at the price. If it's a buy day, is it a day that I think we're going to do more with calls or puts, right? I use the chart and the news to tell me that. All right. So, and by the chart, I mean the futures, right? I come in on Monday morning at like 7:30, 7 o'clock, start reading the news, look at the futures chart. Where is the S&P 500 futures at? Is it trading above where the current price of S&P 500? Is it below? Because that'll tell you, right? Up or down, right? In a sense, not down all the way to a science. We got to touch more on it later. All right, so I come in here, I buy this contract for, I actually probably, if I bought this contract for $319, my goal would be to sell this contract at around $4.19. Okay, try to make $100, maybe even $150, right? And I would basically come in here and look at this contract and buy it. So then I hit review order, buy, all that good stuff. And then I'm looking at the price of this contract, okay? Because I don't really care, about all this, right? This green, red, all that, right? I buy the contract, and then I sell the contract, okay? And that's not the same as a sell call or sell put, right? If you purchase this contract and then you sell it for, it's because it's times 100, right? So if the price of this goes up to $4.19, you make $100 in a matter of 15, 20, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. It just kind of depends on how fast this market's moving. Same thing with puts. It's the exact same thing, okay? That's what I do, okay? Some people will tell you, that it's better to hold them to expiration. What does that mean? That means, I told you, we're on a 0 day to expire contract, option contract, right? Holding it to the end of the end of the day and exercising the right of that contract, okay? What we know though is to exercise the right of this contract, you have a $564.18 break even, okay? So right here, back on this graph down here in the lower right hand corner. All right. You guys probably can't even, I just realized that. Let's do that. Right down here is the 319. And we'll move my face back. All right. And we'll make it a little smaller right there. All right. So the break even right here, all that max loss, 564. You see all that, okay? 565, 11, you make $100, okay? But we know that this price is $560, okay? And at 565, right, 21, that's a 0.9% move, all right? That the price has to go up. It has to go up 1%. Now, I know from my own understanding of things in life and dealing with the stock markets, on average, most stocks move 1 to 2% a day. So I'm not chasing, nothing crazy, right? If this thing moves 1.5%, you could make more money, right? Small wins, small victories, okay? Take what you can. Don't be greedy. If you are interested in learning more about exercising options, we can get into that later. That's way number one right here, okay? That's my first way on how I make money in the stock market. The second way is this right here, UVIX. All right, you can definitely trade options on it. Do not recommend. Now, UVIX, it is leverage volatility. Okay, right here. UVIX tracks an index that provides 2 times daily leverage exposure to a portfolio, compromising first and second month UVIX futures positions with a weighted average maturity of 1 month. Okay, don't really care. All right, I know you don't either. All right, basically, what UVIX does. This is all you need to know. When S&P goes up, UVIX goes down. UVIX goes up, S&P goes down. That's all. That's all it is. Okay? You can see right here. All right? I don't like their charts. It is what it is. I like the other things about it. You come over here, you buy 2 shares, 1 share, whatever you want to buy. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know what money you're working with, right? $400 would get you 10 shares, right? This thing moves, okay? You can see. 7 a.m. pre-market, you know, it started at 45.16. 9:30, it was at 43.30, and this is all based on Friday's data, right? Because Friday was a down day in the S&P 500, or excuse me, a up day. So UVIX was down. Look, moved $5 freaking dollars, dude. Right? At 4 p.m. it was 38.20. Now you're not wanting to buy this thing if the S&P 500 is going up. Okay, simple as that. You know, SVIX is. It's the opposite, right? Now it's only 1x, okay? But S&P goes up, SPX goes up. All right, this thing can move as much as $1 in a day, sometimes even more, right? Sometimes less. Okay. What was the high point? 2022. You could have bought it in this thing at, you know, everybody was telling you 9:30. You know, market's going up. Boom. You're gonna take a L. Nope. You're gonna hold it, right? All the way. So 2059. You could have bought it at 19. Probably 70 would have been a good entry. Got out. How many shares of it do you want for $20 a piece, right? That's option 2, right, on how to make money. Right, SVIX, UVIX, basically just figuring out which way. Once again, I read the news in the morning, I look at the futures, and I say the S&P 500 is going to do this today. Okay. Once it does that, hey, we ride the wave. All right. So, futures. What are futures? Okay, they're basically just, you know, contracts on, you know, future prices of the S&P 500. Okay, how do I trade that? All right, I gotta turn on some more filters here for you guys because I can't show you everything on my Tradeovate. You're gonna see a lot of blurriness for just a moment here. All right. All right, this is Tradeovate. All right, you go to tradeovate.com right here, tradeovate.com right here in the URL. All right, I've done the research on it, and these people are, you know, some of the cheapest, most cost-efficient futures. All right, platform broker, whatever you can get a hold of. Okay, you do not have to have TradingView activated. I pay them $9.99 a month. Other than that, it's free. Okay, well, you also have to have market data, right? So I pay them $9.99 a month. It actually looked like it renewed today, sweet. And then I also pay them $12 a month for market data. All right, cool. And that gets me access to a couple of different things with them. All right. So, other than that though, you can see no plan, membership, no plan. I don't care. All right. What do? I go to tradeovate.com and I set up a account with Tradeovate. It's free, doesn't cost you any money. If you want to do the on chart trading, okay, through TradingView, which is now the screen we're looking at, tradingview.com. Okay. You pay them $9.99 a month. If you don't care to do this and you want to just trade on their website, on their platform, by all means, go ahead and do that. I have my reasons for doing this. I've got my own Pine scripts, which is some computer code stuff, right? That I like to use for my trading. You know, if you don't care for that stuff, you don't need to, you know, trade through here. You can just trade straight on Tradeovate. All right, you can see right here we are logged into Tradeovate. Okay, it's green light. It's connected to my account. If I hit this buy button, all right, we're betting the price is going to go up. If I hit this sell button, we're betting the price is going to go down. All right, it's really that freaking simple, guys. There's not really too awful much to it. Go to tradeovate.com, set up an account. If you want to link it to Trading View, pay Tradeovate $9.99, right? Tradingview.com is free. You do have to set up an account, and then you just go to like your profile up here in the top left, find where it says broker information. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. If you get lost, there's plenty of YouTube breakdowns on how you can do that. Okay, just Google it, whatever. Ask AI. I don't know. All right. I'm not here to, you know, walk you through, you know, how to set up an account. I'm here to tell you, you know, what these things are. Okay. Futures. That's what this is. This is you can see this contract is the March contract. It expires, I believe, the 27th. Should be the last Thursday of the month. What I do with this is I buy it, right? And this moves by ticks and points, okay? And we're going to pull that up now, all right? S&P 500. All right. So, the fees associated with trading on Tradeovate through TradingView for a futures contract, okay? Tongue twister. You got a 35-cent exchange fee. You got this fee here, the NFA fee, and then a clearing fee of 19 cents. So was that 56 cent, I believe. 57 cent. Something like that. Anyways, I don't care. Here's the thing that you need to know. Okay. What is a future? Okay. Basically think of it as a contract to say that price is going to go up or price is going to go down. Okay. Now, when you're trading futures like oil or gold, you can be required in some situations to, have to provide that oil or that gold, right? So, and that's another topic for its own discussion, okay? What I can tell you is MES Micro E Mini S&P 500. Told you guys at the beginning, I trade S&P 500. That's what I do, all right? Trade S&P 500. All right, margin. You have to have at least $50 in your account per day, all right? What is a day? All right, I believe TradingView lists it as 22 hours. All right, so we know starting Sunday at 6 p.m. Okay, that's when the market opens for futures. All right, until 4 p.m. Monday. Okay, then it opens back up at 6 p.m. Monday until 4 p.m. Tuesday. All right, I believe it's like a 22-hour rule or something like that, 21-hour rule. Basically, you can open a position Sunday at 6 o'clock, and you need to be out of that position before 3 o'clock, every day, okay? Or you better have $1,606.06 in your account, all right? Sunday from 6 o'clock to the next day, Monday, at 3 o'clock. Your position needs to be closed today. 258 just to be safe, right? As long as you got $50 in your account, you can do that. The second it turns 301, you better have 1600 in that thing if you've been holding that thing, right? I basically just set the rule there for myself whenever I first started doing this. I just stopped trading between 2:30 and 4. You know, whenever you're doing this, you really only kind of want to be trading really like once a day, twice a day. You don't really want to be taking much of crazy trades. All right, so, and then it kind of tells you the hours here, but it's in Central Time, but you'll see that, right? All right, so ticks and points, all right? That is how you make money off of futures, all right? Now that you know, you make a TradingView account, you can or cannot, you know, it's up to you if you want to link it to TradingView, okay? Once you enter, if we was to hit this buy button, it hasn't moved. Let's see how much volume's in here. Let's see, it's a 5 minute, let's go into 1. There's like no volume on this thing. 15, 43, 55, there's like no volume. If you hit this buy button and the price moves 1 tick, all right, that is going to be a plus or minus $1.25. Okay. Well, yeah. So what I mean by plus, so if we hit buy, we are saying that we think the price is going to go up from its current level of $5,612.50. All right. We're not buying it for $5,612. All right. That's not what we're doing. Okay. We're letting them hold our $50 and we profit or lose based on the ticks and the points. Okay. You follow me? So we don't have to have this $5,611.75 right now. All right. You profit on the ticks and the points. All right. And you're basically saying, I think price will go up if we buy, and I think price will go down if we sell. Okay. It'll pop up with a little square right here. What we'll do is we'll just enter one. What's a couple of dollars? We're probably going to lose because I'm just going to jump in. We're going to try to be halfway smart about it, actually. Yeah. Buy, whatever. You see? $1.25. It moved up. We're going to take it. Alright, whatever just happened, okay? That's basically the gist of it. Alright? Is you buy, price goes up. You sell, you think price is going down. It went up again. I'm gonna buy another one, screw it. Alright, we're down $1.25 because price went down 1 tick. It went, that's down again. You see right here. We're down $1.25. If it goes up, then we'll break even. There it goes. It went up, so we're $0. So we would just lose the fees. If it goes up again, it'll go green. And I'm just hitting this X right here to close position. That's all I'm doing. I click the buy button because I think price is going to go up. And I let them hold my $50 every time basically I'm doing this. And then they give it right back to you as soon as you close this button, right? So then you can do it again. Aw, come on. I want to see if we could at least clear the fees. Come on. Screw it. Alright, we just lost $2.50 because you guys made me do it. Alright. And I mean, that's it, guys. That's, you know, that's the gist of that. That's all there is to it, you know. You got to look at the chart and determine which way price is going to go. I should have done that before I just blindly jumped into them, but I don't really care. Goodness gracious. S&P 500. All right, let's get to the bread and the butter. All right, this is what I like to look at. This is my thing. I love it. 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 Hey. All right. Reset chart view. All right, so it's still got my stuff in here from last week. Sweet. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Monday. All right, so I did the video last week. I told you guys, we was at the support level. I told you it was gonna come up, and then it was gonna come down. That's exactly what it did, right? So, it came down through this level of support right here. Levels of support, resistance, they're all the same. This is gonna be a key level right here, okay? I know you've been hearing them talking about, 10% correction, okay? Hit the 10% correction. Cool, sweet. So if we want to flip that 10% correction, we're gonna be somewhere around this key level right here, 57.69. So if it wants to go back up, we need to see it flip this level, and I'd like to see it flip this one too. Okay, if it can get back above 57.69, all right, that's my key level right there. Then I think this thing can. It's crazy because I literally just put on Facebook the other day, before going into Friday, it's like, hey, it ain't looking good for the S&P 500, right? But hey, you can't see these markets weeks and months out. Sometimes I don't care who you are, Wall Street, whatever, unless you got some what's her name? I ain't even gonna say it. Insider trader information, Pelosi, but whatever. I don't care about your politics. I think I've said it in videos before. All right, so where's this thing at? So Monday we see that it got, and I'm looking right up here, guys. Where right here. H is high, L is low, O is open, C is closed. All right, right here. All right, Monday we got a low of, I feel like the weatherman, 57.0537. No, excuse me, 55.6402. It opened at 57.0537. And you can see I put this right here on this chart. This 55.0662. Go back and look at the last video because I put that on that chart last Sunday. I did that last Sunday, and I told you that it's gonna go as low as here, and that if it gets that low and it bounces up, it was going to come back up to here to this 50, around this area, this 50, 56, this 6666 area, right? And that, let's see, high 5645. That's that area, right? You ain't going to get it to the dollar. It came up to that area, right? Tomorrow, it just depends on what the news is, the futures. I didn't even really look to see. So whenever I was telling you guys, so 5638 MES 5612. So the future is trading lower than the S&P 500. Okay, if it continues to do that, I'm gonna tell you right now that this thing is gonna open up lower than it closed. So it closed at 56.38, and the future was at like 56.12. This thing will open up around 56.05. That is subject to depending on what the futures do overnight. They're still till 9:30 in the morning, on Monday, almost 11 hours, right? The futures could go either way. There could be some type of crazy news that happens overnight. All kinds of stuff like that. And then, we kind of see where this thing goes, right? But generally, when the future is less than, just say it like that, the future is not as bright as, the current times, then what you're going to have a downfall. That's just how it goes, right? So this price would open up around this 56.05 area, okay? Yeah. And if it does that, right? Well, you might see it come back up here to the 60.45 and then come back down, to maybe right here, this 56.67. That's so, you know, this key area right here, this whole area right here, this 56.40 to 66.6, that is huge. Okay, and then also this 55.6 area is a big key area too, right? Probably this 55.50 to this 55.63, 64, 65, that whole area right here, and then this whole area right here, right? Basically what I can tell you is if it busts through here, it's going to bust to here. If it busts through here, it's coming up, it's going to attempt to get to there, right? Vice versa. Okay, if it comes through here, it's going to come back to here. Okay, once it gets to here, does it try to come back up or does it try to go back down, right? All this is dependent on, you know, price action. Which way is price going to go? Okay, I can look at the key levels and tell you what the key levels are, and then, you know, that's what I do for myself is I figure out what the key levels are. I identify which way the market starts going, usually by, you know, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then you know, I'm ready to get in my trades. I get in my trades as soon as I can, and then as soon as the market starts trending the way that I think that it's trending, that's when I enter my trades, and then I get out of them once they hit my key levels. Okay, which would be my areas of support and resistance. All right, so I think that's a good time to cut it off right there, guys. I appreciate your time, appreciate you watching. You know, like the other YouTubers say, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you got questions, feel free to reach out to me. As always, you know, if, like I said previously in the video, if there's things you want me to, you know, look at for you in some of the next videos, jump right in them comments and drop me a comment on this thing, and I'll see what I can do for you. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Have a great day.